Dear applicant, you have been shortlisted for an interview in our reputable company. Fast forward to 2 years into the company, you are thinking of exit moves. What happened? This is exactly what we want to talk about. What if you were given an opportunity to apply to be in that family or in another family? Are you going to see the best or you are going to see the worst? Welcome to Family Times, and this is the place to be. Today we are privileged to have very beautiful people here. We have Peter and Gloria. Please introduce yourselves in the best way that you feel is good to us today.
Well, thank you so much. Just as he has said, my name is Peter Ngoje, and this is my beloved wife. She's called Gloria Ngoje. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Peter and Gloria, and welcome to the show. We have my wife, that smile. Hey, my wife Linda here. Please introduce the couple in town and let them tell us something.
Yeah, on my left-hand side, we have a beautiful couple. Let them just introduce themselves so that you can hear their voices and what they have for us.
Hello, viewer. My name is Tabitha Ouma, and I'm super excited to be here. I have my husband here, Richard Ouma, and we are so happy to be here together.
Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you.
Okay, I began by asking if you were to apply to be in that family that you are in, would you see the worst and not the best? Thank you so much. Today we are talking about that, seeing the best and not the worst. The big question is, you meet someone with 32 teeth from a different culture, from a different background, and you want to be together. It seems like everything is okay. Then something happens. Richard, seeing the best and not the worst.
Indeed. Thank you, Dave. We learn to, or rather we live in a situation or in a life that has got a lot of differences and challenges all around us. And people are not the same. People are different. Although we get married, man and woman, but men and women, as individuals, we are different. And therefore, what we see may not be what everyone else sees. And what we get may not be the same across the board. And therefore, you appreciate what you see, and in that appreciation, you learn to go with it the way it is. Remember, when you see things differently, somebody may see you as not being the best. They may have their own view about what you see, and they may wonder, what are you seeing in that which you think is the best? But this is you, and that is what you see. It doesn't matter what anybody else sees. What you see is what you love, what you like, and therefore that's what you go with. Yeah.
Let me come to Peter. What was the best thing that ever happened to you? I know that you can just narrow it down to your family.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there are so many good things that have happened to me as an individual. But as a family, the best thing that has ever happened is having her as my wife. Yes, that is because everything else started from there. Yes. So I really thank God, because when she came into my life, I saw some, it's like a turning point. Very good things started happening, and I believe it's because of her coming into my life.
Yeah, obviously.
You will share with us the very many things that happened into your life. Of course, some of us who knew you before you got married will attest to the fact that things have changed. Yeah, things have changed. Gloria. Those are, okay. I don't want to ask that very best thing, but the good things that happened into your life. Or yes.
Okay. The best thing that has ever happened in my life is meeting this handsome man over here.
Yeah.
Yes. God fearing, and when I saw him, ladies were after him. Oh. But now I was lucky to be chosen. Yeah.
The gentleman was
Hot cake.
Was the salt.
Hot cake.
the Bible says that you are the salt of the world.
Yeah, the salt of the world.
The gang when we were chasing. Yeah.
The best thing that ever happened to you.
The best thing that ever happened to me is Dave coming into my life. I've discovered a lot and I've also learned a lot. Yeah.
Can say that again.
I've discovered a lot,
the
learned
best
a
thing.
lot. It's the best thing that ever came my way. And I thank God because I know God always has a way of bringing people together. And if we just wait upon the Lord, He usually gives us a bigger picture of viewing someone or treating someone. Or in that marriage, there's something that you learn from that other person. And God also gives you some traits that maybe you didn't have. Like, for example, being patient.
At that moment, the best thing that has happened to me is this show, because she has talked about the best thing that ever happened to her is me. Tabby and Richard. You don't have to say that the best
I
thing that happened
know.
to you is each other.
Yeah.
But you go ahead.
I'll let Richard start.
Why is she that one? She doesn't have the best thing that ever happened to her.
She wants to copy you.
Well, her being what she is ranks among the best things that have happened in my life. I don't know if there is any better than her, because she's the one I've lived with. She's the one I've known. She's the one that we have gone all these years. We are now getting to gray. You can see some gray on her. And we have been here, and we have been going together, on together. And therefore, the best of the best, and none like the best, is her. That's what I can say.
I see somewhere written, going ahead, the best ahead of the best, something like that. But remember, we are talking about seeing the best and not the worst.
Exactly.
Someone somewhere may look at us and be like, this is out of this world. Sitting here and talking about our spouses as being the best thing that ever happened in our lives doesn't mean that there is nothing, there is no worse.
Rose of flowers.
Yeah, yeah. Even
Bed of
it's
roses.
bed of roses.
Yeah.
But even roses have thorns, right? Yes. So these are the thorns that we want to talk about here. But the good thing that is, even as much as we are talking about the rose and the thorns, the rose is still beautiful.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What I can say is that we are all human beings, number one. And we have our bad side, our faults, because you're not perfect. So there's something that you may be struggling with as a human being, as me. But now you meet someone who now you are to, that person has to understand you, or let me say bear that character that you have. So how am I going to cope with it? Or you, how am I going to cope with yours? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting topic that you're talking about, because many times being in a relationship, most of the times we'll find, your spouse might do some things that truly irritate you. So for us, for all these years, for me, what has really worked for me is I also remember that I also have flaws, Many times when he does things that don't really make sense to me, I sit back and I'm like, you know what? I also have the other side of me that he probably knows or he probably does not know. So how do I judge him? So I look at it like, fine, it could be this, but if I look at it this way, this is the result. Yeah, so that is what has really kept us going.
Peter and Gloria, you have been together, married for the last 3 years.
Yes.
Have you experienced any other side of one another?
Have you experienced that?
Yeah, let me be honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've experienced the other side of. Yes. And it's because the way my sister said, we have weaknesses. We're human beings. We do have weaknesses. When we get married, when I got married to him, I knew that there are some things that will come up. I'm going to see the other side of him that I've not seen. Yeah, so it's something that I had in mind. And when it happens, I'm not
It doesn't
surprised.
take you by surprise.
Not surprised.
Petro?
Well, I think sometimes we have a mindset that when you're meeting someone else, there are some bad sides and good sides. But I think life also teaches us that in this world sometimes we have challenges, and those challenges are what make us strong.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at somebody has the other side, the bad side, let's say, for example, Gloria. You know, the first time I met her, I even thought that she doesn't even have any weakness, you know. But then, as we lived by, as life went on, you know, I started looking at some small weaknesses, you know. But the good thing, we keep learning.
Yeah.
When there is a weakness, we keep learning, you know, and learning is continuous.
Yeah.
So I believe that sometimes God did not make a perfect person so that from one another you can learn and you progress. And when you have learned from one mistake, I know
You can overcome that.
you can overcome it very well. Yes.
Yeah, let me share over something that Dave,
I thought
not someone, today it's you. When I met Dave, I don't know, but when we came now staying together, he was a very angry man. Alikuwa anakasirika sana. So, me, I used to laugh at him, by the way. When he's so mad and he's bubbling, me, I used to laugh until I think he got used to it and he learned how to tone down. But he used to get so angry. But I think my laughing at him, I think he was like, this girl is not even serious. She's not even seeing that I'm angered and she's just laughing. But I think through that, but nowadays he has learned how to tone down.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something, Richard. Just a moment.
Yes.
They say a right to what? To reply. By the way, to respond. There's something I like about her when she's hungry.
Hungry.
Angry, hungry.
Which one? Amekasirika.
Anger.
Hungry.
Angry.
Yes.
You know this H. Home.
Yes, and
Home.
it's all
I'm going
English.
home.
English.
Or home. When she's angry, there's a way the upper lip she you know
Shakes.
yes, not shaking. There's a way the upper lip comes slightly longer than the lower one, and I laugh at it. And to me, that is a perfect example of the best, not the worst. She's and you know that happens in nicely that
Yes.
that anger just
Yes.
goes away.
Yeah.
Yes. So to me, that is good.
What observation that is. I think anger normally comes as a result of failed expectations. Because you marry a beautiful lady, you marry somebody who is perfect to you. When expectations are not met, then we tend to get angry because we tend to think that our spouses are automatically, they know what they should know from us without actually learning to know our ways. And this normally creates some problem. I expect my food to be made by 7 and be ready on the table, and she's not giving me that. Well, we didn't practice that when we were dating, but now I suddenly think that in my mind, because I like that my mother used to do it for me at 7, then she automatically should do the same, And then they fall short because they don't know the expectations, or our expectations rather, and they don't do them, and then we begin to get angry. When it starts, it's a perfect thing.
Yeah.
That wobbling foot that you are seeing now wasn't being seen then. You saw a perfectly walking person in front of you and you loved it. Somebody else probably was seeing her wobble as she walked, or limping for that matter. And then you want to
confirm
think.
that in this set,
Yes.
in our living room, no
Yes.
one is walking while wobbling.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
an example.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a
That is
natural
so
thing.
relaxed.
It's just something that is there. But when you fall in love, it's not an issue. I may have big ears. It wasn't an issue. But when things start going haywire in the house, your big ears, just listen to things I didn't say. They weren't an issue, but now they're an issue. Because expectations have changed, or rather have not been met. And these begin to give us some little issues here and there, But can we live with them?
So we are
Can.
talking about an attraction that brings two people together.
Yes.
And then over time, you begin to see some things that you never saw before,
Yes.
some behavior,
Yes.
some,
They're suddenly new to you.
yes.
Yes. They're just
So,
new.
so now, how now do you go back to the attraction,
Yes.
to see the attraction and not this one?
Yeah.
And are there extremes of this worst? Because,
Yeah.
we are talking within some limit, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Seeing the best and not the worst. What if now this worst overtake the best? You no longer see the best.
Yes.
Like
Even
it
if you no longer
repeatedly-
even if you no longer see the best, I mean, your spouse is not like 100% perfect, right? But there's some things that your spouse does well. If we can just learn to focus on the good things that your spouse does, it will, just like we say when we're talking to God, we should always be grateful, because there are so many things that God does that we don't even understand.
Yeah.
So if we can just be grateful, like, okay, fine, he snores. But there's also the good side of snoring, right? Yes.
It can be music to your ear.
It can be music to my
Send you
ear.
into deep
No,
sleep.
sincerely.
What if now he no longer snores? Maybe he's sick.
That is another thing. You
Yes.
look at it and like, if he could be sick in the hospital, I'd rather he snores here. Yes. And, I enjoy that music, because there's a time I was sick, I think, remember? And then you told me I was snoring. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then he told me, oh, that was music to my ear. He was just being nice, Yeah, because we all have those challenges in life that can affect one, whether we like it or not. So if we can just focus on the positive. There's a time, I'll give you our story real quick. We were in this together. We were broke. He didn't have a job, I didn't have a job. We were literally broke. But what happened? We spent most of this time praying. Most of the times we were always, sitting together, we bonded, we shared so much. I got to know so much about him, he got to know so much about me. So by that being broke, by me not having a job and him not having a job, we bonded even more. So thank God we were broke, we bonded more. You understand? So
To the Peter and Gloria. Peter, directly to you.
Yes.
Does she know how to cook everything?
Well, that question, let me answer it this way.
You can answer it philosophically, you can answer it
Whichever way.
whichever way.
Quadratically.
help him answer it.
Okay, that's good. She'll help you answer it, but
Yes.
go on first.
Actually, one of the things that made me love this lady is cooking. She's there are some dishes that she cooks that I ever felt that there is nobody else who cooks like that.
Okay.
You know, she's very, very conversant with traditional dishes. You know, she cooks food until you say, I would like to eat this food every day.
Wow.
You know? So there was a time I was telling her that I thought I grew up knowing that my mother cooks fish. She's the best to cook. But with time, I realized that she is actually cooking better than you see. With the time. So some of these things, we get used to them, you know. Yeah, we give them time. It is a matter of time. There are also some other things that she does, you know. She talks a lot. This lady talks a lot. Yeah. So sometimes she can talk and talk and talk and
You're
talk.
amazed.
You know.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it makes me happy. You know, I listen
Okay.
to even her deep feelings. What she's feeling. What went wrong where. What went well where. You know. So I learn a lot of things from her conversations. They're very, very interesting. She can talk until you're asleep. She's still talking. You know.
Okay.
Look at it positively because women are wired.
I like it because it gives me a receiving
Yes, and
ear.
that's what we love, by the way. We love to.
What if now at that point that
He stops talking.
you're talking and he's snoring? Bado unaongea? How does it
Natulia
feel?
nishamwelewa. I understand him now.
Yes,
I
yes.
just
How
keep well.
about you talking and you realize that he's already asleep? So
I'll
you've been
just,
talking to yourself, just alone.
I'm not annoyed.
You wake him up.
In fact, that is what I usually do.
Exactly.
You wake him up.
Listen to me.
Na unaendelea.
Tunaendelea.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
the way.
Yes.
Dave, that sounds very good. And I know it's realistic to many people. This is what it is. But when it comes to your wife not cooking, what you consider to be the best meal that you love and like, and she can't do that. She's good at everything else, which she knows how to do because she has learned. She's coming to you, and you're living together now. But what you love the most, she can't cook.
Yeah.
Where's the adjustment then?
You-
Just
Yeah,
a minute.
yeah.
Let me just finish.
Okay.
Let me just finish. Chapati. When we started,
Yeah.
and it was difficult, and you learned to do it.
You taught
learned
me.
to do it. Oh yes. Now I taught you.
Yeah.
But what else is it that you have seen that I don't like? Is there any?
Well, the beauty about Richard is, like, for instance, I knew that I knew how to make chapatis, right? But when I came to him, when we got married, he was like, you know what, sweetheart, I don't really like this, but don't worry. You know what? I'll show you how to make them.
Make them ugly.
Huh?
Make them ugly. We'll eat where?
Exactly. He said, if they're ugly, we'll just close our door and eat.
Eat them
After
here.
all, it's our
It's not going
food.
to go out.
Is it a wiring in men that men? Most men
Yeah.
know how to do better chapatis than their.
Not most.
Not and
They are special ones, huh?
Before I say I comment on
do you
that.
know
Yeah.
to do good chapatis? That's a question of yes and no. Sema tu.
Yes or no?
I'm afraid of saying no because there was a time as I started, I cannot reveal the result.
Okay, we understand.
Okay.
We understand what you're saying.
Just on the same.
Yeah.
We bandy this statement all the times that we are wired different. These women are wired from us. There's nothing different. It's just cute thinking. Let them think like we think, and things are okay. We are not wired different. Of course, you came from us. Our ribs made
The
you.
Bible
Come
confirms
on.
that in Genesis.
Exactly, it's
chapter
biblical.
2,
We can't.
verse
It's
4, verse
biblical.
21 to
No.
25.
Then where is the wiring coming from?
No, we can't.
It's from us.
It's positive and negative come
Exactly.
together to make. So we are.
You have only chosen to look at the negatives. Let's talk real stuff here.
But Richard,
Yes.
sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
I haven't even shared my share.
Dave, go on. Let's hear
But
this.
before I share my story,
Yes.
we want to take a short break.
Oh,
Yes,
That's
we
all
are
right.
coming back.
That's okay.
And I will share, then you'll come back.
thank you.
See you after this break.
Thank you.
Welcome back. The show is nice. It is late. Peter and Gloria are here. Tabby and Richard, and of course Linda. Just before the break, I was to tell you my story. We are talking about seeing the best and not the worst. My wife here can even go to bed at 7:30. That is the time that I want her to, we sit down and talk because the kids are going to bed by 8. But she's gone. I'm back there now wondering now, whom do I talk to? What do I do? But the good thing about it is that when she wakes up in the morning, she's very active. Tabi, why are you smiling?
Because me and Linda comes from the same mother.
Call it wiring.
You are talking about wiring.
Yes, call it wiring.
She wakes up in the morning. Yeah. Remember, I came from work. She went out. We came back. Sometimes you share your experiences. Before you start sharing your experience, she's gone. But now in the morning, she wants to tell you everything that happened the previous day.
To her?
And yes, she will tell you. And I listen. And sometimes I get late to work because I want to listen to her. Something I've learned is her timing is not mine. So I adjust to her timing. There's also something else that I would mention, but maybe towards the end or off camera, about her timing and my timing. They're different, but you learn to what? To adjust. Do you experience such? Having to, you, Gloria, his timing and your timing, things are happening in this house that maybe you have to wait until that certain time. That is when now maybe you can talk about it or do whatever you want to do. He comes, he's so tired. He doesn't even want to join in the kitchen.
Yeah, we do experience such. And like he said, I like talking a lot. So when he comes in, that is when I start talking. When I'm in the kitchen, I don't give him time because I know when he goes to bed, but then he likes sleeping. Wakati amefika kwa kitanda hivi, he's gone. So
just to confirm that Peter, Linda, and Tabby are in the same WhatsApp group. Yes. Go on, Gloria.
So when I want to talk to him, when it's something that is very important, I'll wake him up. But if it's something that can wait, then I just leave him to rest. Yeah. So you just learn to.
So people learn to look at the strengths and love them, and look at the best in their couples much more than the weaknesses which may be existing, which may be called worse or worst. It's not an easy thing. Generally, it's something that we grew with. Rather, I would say that because you are learning this person every day. I'm this kind of person who believes I'm learning Tabitha every day. Every day. Because something new just comes. You're in 3 years marriage, we are in over 20 now, and you can imagine every new thing in 20 years.
Someone once said that marriage is a school where there's no graduation. Every day you just learn.
No, you graduate.
You get a certificate before you even start.
It's a place where you don't you learn every time.
When we come to the place where we accept all these bias and just look at Ubaya as a good thing, then we have already graduated. We are going to that place where now we are just ready.
But Richard, how does that ever happen?
What?
It does.
You get to a point where now
where
you don't see anything. I mean, just the same statement that you've made, maybe I've forgotten. You're talking about the graduation. Just repeat the graduation bit.
Yes. I'm saying that, you come to accept, you reach that point where you now live it. This is Tabitha. Who has done this? Tabitha. You have already graduated. You are above it now. It doesn't bother you anymore because this is what she is. Even if you never liked it and you don't like it, up to now, up to this moment.
That's her.
But this is Tabitha who has done this. I'll just go ahead and go on and just look at the Tabitha that I like, not the Tabitha that I don't like in this work. above it already. And that's why I say that you can graduate. You go to a place where you have just gone above it. It doesn't bother you anymore.
I think we can choose to look at things positively. But the mind is so powerful. So we can choose to tune it to see the positive side of someone. But then when you look at the positive side of someone, you'll see something bigger than the fault. But if we keep on seeing the negative side of our spouses, but then we will not grow. So just tune your mind or choose to think positively of a positive point of someone. Like, for example, we were sharing yesterday about Ben Carson. People are looking at him as foolish and what, but the mother had a
positive.
Yeah,
she believed in him.
Yeah, and he kept on telling him, encouraging him, and eventually, by the way, he just changed. Yeah. So you can be looking at someone, just press on the positive thing, and it will come out big.
I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. Two things about this lady. You know, when you're in the kitchen, you do your things differently. When I'm done with this sufuria, I put it nicely in the sink. When she's done with the sufuria, she throws it in the sink. When I'm done with my cup, I'm not washing them yet. But I place them systematically. Linda throws them in the sink.
You're almost making me swallow my words. Is it a wiring problem? My belief is it's not a wiring thing, but why does it sound so common?
When we are sharing this kitchen, I quarrel. And she's like, well, relax, I'll do those. I won't leave them there. By the time I'll walk out of this kitchen, I'll do everything. But the way she does them.
In my house, I have a problem with the Colgate.
The toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Okay.
And also, when you're coming in, you're to remove your shoes.
Right.
And then you get in. They'll only be placed where they're supposed to be after wiping them. But you know, my better half here just comes in with the shoes and direct into the bedroom.
And you know what? That bar is too high to jump over. It's just too high.
So what's the problem
I pity him.
The way he squeezes.
Yeah, the way he squeezes.
From the top or from the bottom? Yes.
I wanted to get out faster.
It's near.
The end justifies the means.
And also there's a
Yeah.
tap.
Yes.
Ile tap ya kubrush meno.
Yes.
The same.
Ukifungua inatoa maji. Ina take time kutoa maji again when you're closing it, turning. So yeye akifika pale, and one of my nephews we live with. Hao wawili ndio najua kwa nyumba. Nikipata maji yanatiririka, I know that the two. My husband and my nephew. And you know, I've talked to them until I've learned to, when I find the tap, running.
I just
Is your nephew,
So you're looking at it positive.
is your nephew boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, sorry, nephew. That's right. I think she would pick that as an issue, because when I go to brush my teeth, I have this tendency, first of all, to open the tap, then go on doing that.
I know.
And the water is running, and the water is running. And whenever I remember her, then I close it, because this is a problem for me. I easily forget, or rather, it's me. I just go there and open it.
Because that's wasting water.
And I want to go to the soap, press it there, do that a little, and then wash my hands.
I know.
The water is running. Then the water is running.
Yeah.
I just can't learn from that. For some reason, I just can't change. That's just me.
You know what I do at times when he's brushing his teeth? I just come and whatever the water. I want peace.
But now,
Yes.
what if now he says, okay, if it is this tap and my brushing that is causing the problem,
Right.
then I will no longer brush my teeth.
It's all right.
It's him. But then I wanted to share something.
Linda didn't say it. It's Tabitha who said it.
I wanted to share something. When God created us, just like I said, He places us in a family where we meet people with different characters, and we need to bear and see the best out of them. You know what, when God is just trying to place us in his shoe, so that we can see how he bears with us. So he expects us to also bear with our spouses, so that we can be able to overcome some characters, and he instills in us some characters. Like when God says, sometimes it calls for you to be patient. So maybe here kukuja una closed up.
Yeah.
It's just it creates in you the patience, so that you can be patient at the end of the day. God has a reason why.
A lot of patience.
Yeah.
You know,
so, but then in our
it can be-
marriages, we really learn a lot how to be kind to one another, not hurting the other, but what we say. So we only see the positive side, and we'll develop the character of being kind.
So how
So again, now that you've talked about patience, when I come to the house, bear with me. I know that you've budgeted for the mandazis that we did together. Bear with me when I pick 3, just to, settle in the house. Did I say house or house? Hungry. Bear with me when I pick 3 and take some juice. I know you've budgeted for that. She has that,
more than that, Dave. She should learn to make extras.
Yeah, we made them together, Richard.
Yes, if you made them together, always there must be consideration the fact that you may come and want more than the 3. So make extras. just that is how you bear it, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's coming to grab them, and 3 are gone at one go. You need to make 6 so that
I think
you can
we
do
would
3.
also look at the good side of that.
Yes.
Hey, the husband is eating the house.
And-
so
And that's
a
what
positive.
That's what bearing it means,
Yeah.
Because you know, I know that you can do a lot of rice, for example, and if I'm the one who is spinning the things in the kitchen, my wife will want a little extra, so let me put in one more cup, just the extra bit. Yeah. Well, probably I'm saying we don't have money for this, we had budgeted for that, but okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
Just take that, no
Yeah.
problem. Looking.
Who messes the house? More.
Messes.
Socks iko hapo, kijiko, the cup that he used or she used in the morning is still
There's
there.
no argument.
Who does that?
You don't even need to talk about
person
that.
to give an answer himself.
Okay, let me just be honest.
Be honest, please.
I think it's like all the arrows are towards me.
Just
don't worry, I'll
bear
support you.
Are you
Bear
going
them.
to evade the arrows, or you are going to let them?
In fact,
Let them
when
fly.
so many arrows are aimed at you,
Yeah.
there are so many good things in you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You do.
Let me say that at times there are so many things that are running in your mind. You may not even actually need to see that this is a plate, it is down here on the floor. I need to put it up here. You will only see it after some time. Maybe you were sitting down somewhere.
Yes.
Like I come from outside, and I've just got in with the shoes. I just realized I did not get out. I did not get off my shoes when I'm already in the bedroom.
You're already at home.
Yeah, I just feel like when I enter the house, I have a lot of peace. There's nothing disturbing me. I cannot even remember removing my shoes or even something like that, because the young girl comes, hugs me. In the process of hugging me, Daddy, come, we go and see the mami alikuachia uji. We are already walking. So I don't even have time to, you see.
Protocol.
Yeah.
So I think she should remember that she should look at it positively, because you're bonding with the family.
But when I met him, when we started dating, he was a very, you go to his room,
Organized.
very organized person.
That's
you
what
go
we
to,
do all the time.
you go to his room, you just love whatever you see. But now after getting married, alijiachilia, maybe alishaona
If
he has found a helper.
if you are dating and you come to my house will be neat, so that you are impressed. Yes. Doesn't mean that I
Now
do it
that
when
you
you
are
are here.
uko
Now
kwa
that
box.
wewe ndio mwenyewe.
Who messes our house more? Before you answer that, remember, you like doing what you do in the house. She likes making stuff, and everything Okay, who messes the house?
And if you just continue
short,
and finish
who
your
messes?
statement, then
I've finished my statement.
it depends which side of
No,
the
who messes the
house.
house? It's either me or not. It doesn't have to be.
Partly me, partly him.
Okay,
We are sharing.
all right.
But not 50-50. 80-20.
Who is 80?
80-20.
No.
Linda, you don't throw any trash. You believe in recycling things.
Yeah, because I do, yeah.
Be it a box of biscuits, she'll recycle.
That means she's a hoarder.
I like that. By the way, you know, it used to bother me a lot. Until she made something out of the recycled stuff. And I told her, keep it out.
Bravo.
And that is why I insist it's 80-20. It's not for the camera, but it is the truth.
Yes.
Wewe unaweza sema percentage yako.
Ushasema umeshaharibu.
No, the good thing is that nimesema ukweli but nimeharibu, si ndio? But the reason why I'm bringing this, sometimes I come into the house.
Yes.
Linda has been sitting in this machine for the last 5 hours. She has made beautiful stuff.
Yes.
She makes these things
Oh,
here.
okay, nice.
And the place is messy.
Yes.
You know, the way pieces
Yeah,
of cloth,
yeah.
nini. So I come in, sometimes I step on others, then I come and nicely start pulling
bring
the
order.
things back in order. Because she can tell you, I like order. Tell them. Tell them.
She's tongue-tied. She has nothing to say.
Nothing to
That-
say
in other
because
words-
she believes, okay, maybe. You know, this question hasn't come to you.
Yes.
Right.
Am I
Bring it on.
Who messes the house more?
Whoever does should speak. But messes the house
He
more.
has already spoken.
Between you and me, who messes the house most?
Me. I do. I love to cook. I love to do all
Dave.
this stuff, but he loves to clean. So he
But
cleans.
Look at that.
You see,
Tavi loves cooking.
Yeah.
Richard loves cleaning.
Yeah.
And you know, cooking is not.
Not what?
I don't love cleaning. I don't really love it. I should love the food that she has cooked so that I eat. But I have to put order as you do in your house.
Okay.
When I'm the one who is cooking, I make sure that whatever I have cooked, have used, and I don't need to use it, does not go into the sink. It is cleaned and put beside the sink. My kitchen does not go all night dirty, doesn't sleep dirty. Everything must be put in its place. That's me. The only thing that I can spare, only because sometimes it's very difficult because of meshikamana, is the sufuria or the pan where we do the ugali. That gets a little hard, you can't get it quickly. And that is the one that I will be comfortable to leave in the sink. The rest, I use the spoon, I've cleaned it, I keep it there. When I'm eating, it's only the plates that I'm using that will go into the sink and will be washed and be kept aside. It doesn't work like that.
I hope he's singing up the best in that.
Hapo umekataa.
Hapo nimekataa.
You
Hapo
should see.
nimekataa.
You
Because
see the positive side.
Maybe.
it's not my thing to wash, but I do. And when I do that, I want it emulated, copied, so
I
that
don't
our
get
kitchen
it.
is clean. The next day in the morning, when I wake up and I want to make some tea very quickly, everything is clean and in order. It doesn't work like that, Dave. God has given me grace to live with it, but it's not easy.
You're talking about something, cooker. What's wrong with the cooker?
Hey, but then when Dave cooks, he will leave the gas with a lot of oil, ungas and ugalis and bogas, and he goes.
No, but that-
And you don't even say anything.
But that's
Because the food is nice. Everyone is like, hey, daddy, chakula ni tamu. Because the food is nice, Peter.
In fact,
yes.
Dave, I want to say that sometimes it's good for the house to be dirty.
Amen.
really.
Yeah, so whoever messes the house,
Yes, should clean it.
please just mess it up. So long as one is ready to clean it. But you know, when you find the house is disorganized, you know,
Yes.
it also gives you another view of how you want to arrange the things again.
Yes.
You know, sometimes maybe you just cleaned using a broom, and then some people steps on there. Now you mop it. You know, it gives the house another look.
Yes.
So at times, some of these things, we do not look at them as negative things, you know.
Yes.
When the house is dirty, you will clean it. When plates are in the sink, you know, sometimes it gives you another way of arranging the plates, you know, so that the kitchen gets another outlook.
You're trying to say that
You're different.
creating jobs.
I think Peter is
At the
different.
positive side.
They're creating jobs in the house. Now, I want us to, we're almost coming to the end, and as always, we give hope to someone.
Yeah.
That's
So we just want to go around again just to encourage someone out there. Tell them that in as much as you find the socks in the, where would be the worst place to find socks?
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
At the
Inside
door.
the house.
Kitchen is still in the
on the
house.
sitting room coach.
Okay.
Entrance.
Yes.
So
Kitchen
let's start from Gloria. Give some hope to someone. Is it possible? It's doable? Or what do you give some hope to our viewer?
Okay. When we get married, it's love that has brought us together, love. So, you know, love, the Apostle Paul in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, that is from verse 4 to 7, says that love is patient, love is kind, it does not hold grudges. So, you know, when you love your partner, then you will always stand up for him or her. Again, you will expect the best. You'll always expect the best. So the only thing that surpasses everything is love. Let's learn to love one another, and then we know that God has a purpose for us in our marriages. Let's allow His will to be done. Everything will be okay. Our marriages will be happy and successful.
Thank you. Peter?
Yes, thank you. You know, God is the initiator of marriage. So when people are married, we are doing God's will. Now, whatever little things that happen, now they are not happening accidentally. Maybe there's something that you need to still learn from one another. Yeah, that's why we said, as we were beginning, that learning is continuous. And you don't have to go to school to learn. You will learn so many things even while asleep. So we just accept, you know, whatever thing happens to us, we need to just accept and move on.
Thank you.
But most importantly, I want to say that God sometimes blesses us with children. And those children also influence the way we react in the families. It is our very, very serious responsibilities as parents to also bring in the children and nurture them in the way that God desires.
Thank you.
And in doing so, our family will be committed, and we will be committed to God's cause.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Tabi?
Dear viewer, this is really an exciting topic that we've talked about today. I just want you to count your blessings and know that your spouse is your co-driver. You know, when you're co-drivers, when the driver is tired, you help the driver. You know, you can help change a few things here and there. So it's not a blame game. If you see some weakness in him, please help him build it up, because you also have some weakness, and then your marriage will be good. God bless.
You have a verse?
Yeah, I have a verse to read in the book of Jonah, chapter 4. We know the story of Jonah. But let me just read 4:2. It says, "And he prayed unto the Lord and said, I pray thee, O Lord, was not this my saying when I was yet in my country? Therefore I fled before unto Tarshish, for I knew that thou art a gracious God, a merciful God, slow to anger, and of kindness, and repentest thee of the evil." So God is always trying to teach us how to be kind, merciful, which we should also be showing to our spouses. So let's see the positive side and be merciful, slow to anger, and accommodate each other.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
Richard?
Yeah, thank you, Dave. To our viewer, marriage can be challenging, but God has given us a way to be able to surmount all the problems that may come with marriage. We need to be patient. We need to exercise a lot of patience, because we are not a full package when you get married. and
you.
we can never be a full package.
Thank you.
And whatever deficiencies we may have, God will help us to overcome. Let us always look at the best of our spouses.
Thank you so much. My last word is be considerate. Thank you so much.